So let's talk about Batman. Recently, the director came out and said that he wanted to explore the soul of Batman. Right, this was a wee article Matt Reeves said. So according to Matt Reeves, what drives Batman? What drives Bruce Wayne to Batman? It seems that concept will play a large role in Matt Reeves' The Batman. Matt Tomlin is out of the promotion circuit, and my writing has just disappeared. Right, Project Power. Currently up in the upcoming Netflix movie Project Power. But how do you avoid the Cape Crusader in the room speaking with Den of Geeks? The topic of the Batman was, of course, impossible to ignore. It's tough to talk about just because you want the movie to speak for itself, said Tomlin. He was, however, able to speak to a bit saying, in the early days, I think, first of all, it's a younger version than most recent versions that we've ever seen. I think that Matt Reeves is a filmmaker. If you look at his work, whether or not it's Me on Cloverfield, Planet of the Apes movies, he's always come from a point of emotion. It's never a big action thing, Tomlin, and he said that it's about his character's soul. I think that's what really looking at Batman as somebody who's gone through his trauma and then everything that he's doing, then the reaction to that, rather than shy away from that. I think this film leans into what seems very fun and surprising, he says. I think that's all I can say without getting yelled at. Right, so basically Matt Reeves is talking about that he's going to get into the soul of Batman, and stop me if I'm wrong, but we've already had films like that. Batman Begins really delved into, but then again, can we say that is truly Batman? Well, it was the closest thing to Batman Christopher Nolan got, in my case. The other two films, I don't know, it just didn't seem to be a Batman movie. Closer to a different version in the comics anyway. But no, I believe there's been umpteen films out there, especially that not only did they constantly show the death of Bruce Wayne's parents, the most two famous parents in the entire world, and we've had a series of Gotham with young Bruce Wayne, and we've had the Tim Burton's Batman as he thinks back. We've had the My Batman, Ben Affleck, who's traumatized psychologically and all that stuff from the very word go, as he's lifted up into the air to become to be lifted up as bats as Batman. There has been many films of Batman that's definitely looked into his soul. So for me, I cannot see this being any different from what's going on before. Will I see the film? Yes, of course. It's DC. It's Batman. Am I really excited for it? No. Film I was excited for was, of course, was Ben Affleck's Batman, where a fan was actually going to take on somebody like Deathstroke, and this just seems to be like another Spider-Man movie. The minute the trilogy was done with Tobey Maguire, they brought in another Spider-Man, then it's another Spider-Man. So yeah, and then we've just had Ben Affleck as Batman and stuff. So and then we had the Batman animated series as well. There's been loads of things that covered Batman Soul. I'm not as hyped as I would love to be. I wasn't hyped about the suit and stuff, but I know that they have to drum up some sort of interest about the movie, a younger version and everything else. But for me, I don't know, it's just not excited. But maybe you can convince me otherwise. Are you excited about this Batman movie? Or would you prefer Ben Affleck's Batman to see whatnot? Let me know your thoughts and ideas below. It also states that DC cancels Teen Titans, Young Justice, Suicide Squad, Hawkman and more. Following the cancellations of Batgirl, Batman and Outsiders and Justice League Odyssey in October, more DC titles are scheduled to get the axe in November. DC's just released November solicitations reveal that Teen Titans, Young Justice, Suicide Squad, Hawkman and John Constantine Hellblazer are all ending November, with a cryptic message about Aquaman that makes the title fates questionable. The Batman's Grave and Metal Men limited series will also reach the planned end in November. Teen Titans is the longest running title on the list with a new creative team. Robin betrayed him, Superboy abandoned him, and now only Teen Titans left are Crush, Kid Flash, Red Arrow, and Roundhouse. So I'm going to leave this article on below. But for me, I would think that DC wants to capitalise on Hawkman just now. Get those comics out there, get them ready to print, because we have reasons to believe that he is going to feature in the Black Adam movie, and along with the other, heroes like Doctor Fate and the Justice Society. So I would think they should capitalise on Hawkman, especially now we have this Stargirl series. I've not seen it, but hopefully Hawkman's in that. Hawkman also appeared in DC Legends. So once he appears with that physique and the wings out there, this is something I think that he should be told. We should really get a good backstory on Hackman. I was going to say on Hawkman. But what I want to know is what do you want out of the Black Adam movie as well? What do you think about Hawkman? I mean, he did, for me, I loved him in Smallville. I thought the dynamics between him and Green Arrow was fantastic. You know, the slagging match and everything else. So what's your hopes about Hawkman? Who do you see playing Hawkman? What should we do with the comics? Read the article in the description below, and I'll catch you. And what would you think about Batman? Are you excited for Batman? Listen, give me your feedback. Convince me to get excited. So, catch you next time, man. Only a couple more days to DC fandom. Oh!